Yo, what is up, everybody? It is your boy Agius, aka Static Shock. That was weird. Okay, I know that was weird. Anyways, welcome back to For Life Means the podcast, a podcast of encouragement, perspective, and life. I am so excited for this episode, just like I am every single episode. But before I get into the topic of this episode, I just want to say real quick that I do have a new song that came out today or yesterday. I'm really hoping that I'm not posting this late, but we'll see. But anyways, I dropped a new song recently. That's a good way to say it. Recently, so you don't know if I dropped it late or not. Anyways, I dropped a new song recently called Merci Reimagined. It is a remix of my song called Mercy that I released last year on my project Omni, and I'm kind of releasing this as a 1-year anniversary celebration of my of that project. And yeah, I got with my friend Gio, aka King's Craft. He put some beautiful instrumentation behind the song, and it just sounds just heavenly. It sounds just heavenly. So yeah, go check that out. It's going to be in the link in the bio. And yeah, it's a beautiful song, and he just did an amazing job with it. So let's give a round of applause to Gio, aka King's Craft. Are you clapping? I hope you're clapping. Bro, clap. Come on. Okay, anyways. Yeah, and I also released some merch along with it. I guess I'll... this is going to be in the link in the bio. You'll see it, and it's pretty fly. I got my sister, my actual sister, to draw it for me. Like, I drew a rough draft of it. My dad put it on Photoshop a little bit, and then my sister drew it, and she did an amazing job with it, and it's cool. I tried to make like a vintage-looking shirt, and it looks pretty dope. It looks pretty dope in the shirt. So, yeah, go get that, and what you do whenever you buy the shirt, it'll help me just to elevate the podcast a little bit more so more people can get some of this life. You feel me? More people can get some of this life. So yeah, go get that. Go cop that. I'm only selling like about 40. And so it's going to be very limited. So go ahead and go cop that. Get a little Christmas present for yourself or for your boo thing. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's go ahead and get to... Oh, wait, before we get into the music break, let's do a little ASMR. Yeah, the ice is melted a little bit, so it's not as icy as we always have it, but you know what I'm saying? It's okay. It's okay. It's a little... Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about purpose. Once again, we're not going to be in our Bibles today. We're just going to have a little good one-on-one, a little short little episode, a little one-on-one. You feel me? So yeah, let's go ahead and cut to the music. All that I am, all that I did, I thought I was cool. It was pretend. You see, I know me, know what it is. I'm feeling blue. What did I send? I tend to read the text so I could get something out of it. I don't want the test, wanna finesse my way out of it. I have one request and I have something to look forward to. Okay, well, I hope you like that little snippet of the new song. Once again, link in the bio, link in the description. Wherever links are found, it's going to be there. Man, stop giving me a hard time. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be talking about purpose today, and I'm very excited for this because I feel like this is important. I feel like this is something that not a lot of people are really thinking about too much, and so yeah, so purpose. So the reason why I started thinking of this is because I started thinking about the relationships that I have with people around me, people at my job, people, my family, my friends, people that don't even really like know me, but they know me, acquaintances, I guess you can call them. I was thinking about my relationships with them and how, although I have certain goals for my life, I have a certain purpose that I feel like I'm lived to fulfill, like I have an end goal, more or less. it's so easy to forget about the purpose that you have right now. So although I have some goals, although I have some things that I'm trying to achieve that I will achieve in Jesus' name, and thank you for agreeing with those with my proclamations, because I'm going to achieve those dreams, those goals. Where 2 or 3 are gathered. I know we're social distancing right now and we're quarantining right now, and we're not really gathering, but thank you for coming into your agreement with my goals. But like I was saying, although I have certain goals, I have certain aspirations, I cannot forget about the people that surround me. You know, I'm still like, there's a reason why I'm placed where I am placed. There's a reason why I work where I work, why I'm in the family that I'm in, why I have the friends that I have. There's a reason for all of those things, all these people to be around me. And although I have certain physical things, mental things, emotional, spiritual things that I'm trying to achieve in my own life, I still have these people around me that I'm supposed to impact. I still have these people around me that I'm supposed to encourage, that I'm supposed to edify, that I'm supposed to lift up, even that I'm supposed to lead, right? So even though, like, as I'm going towards those things, as I'm going towards my purpose, my end goal that I have in my mind, I still have people that I have to bring up, you know? Just because, like, just imagine, like, how many role models do you have, right? How many role models do you have? I don't have that many role models. I have my mom, my dad, and Kevin on Stage is a big role model to me, but I'm not going to get into that. Okay? I'm not going to get into that. You have certain role models. Those people have inspired you because of where they're at, because of the way that they handle themselves. So you were supposed to be that same type of person. You're supposed to be that same type of person where you're supposed to be inspiring people, encouraging people, leading people, so that they can also go higher. And honestly, that's what this podcast is about. This is for life. For life means leading people. For life means encouraging people. For life means building up people, encouraging people, giving them a new perspective, encouragement, perspective, and giving them life. You know what I'm saying? So just remember, like, although you have things that you want to do, you have to be mindful. You have to be intentional about how you're impacting, how you're carrying yourself, how you have to be an example to other people. You know, as Christians, our purpose is to be examples. Our purpose is to lead the world. Do we forget that? I don't know. Do we forget that? We're supposed to be leading people. You know, not everyone is meant to have like extravagant, you know, not everyone is meant to be rich, you know, and that's fine. Like, that's fine. Not everyone is meant to be rich, but we're all the Christians are supposed to be leading people. You're supposed to be encouraging people. You're supposed to be lifting them up. Every Christian is supposed to be doing that in some way or fashion. You have goals, but you still have people around you. You still have goals around you. If you're watching the video, you see around you. You still have people around you that you're supposed to impact. And we can't forget that. That's got to stay in our mind. Use your common sense. That's got to stay in your mind, fam. Right? Is there anything else I have to say? Like, I don't think I even have to say anything else about that. I don't think I have to say anything else about that. I am being very strange today. Very strange. But anyways, just be mindful. And I talk about being intentional all the time. Being intentional is such a beautiful thing, because when you're being intentional, you're actually thinking about how you're how you're being perceived. I don't think people understand, like, when you're perceived in a bad way, when you're not being a person of excellence, people will definitely see that. People definitely see that. We have to be I hate to say it. We're not all to be necessarily leaders, like up in big positions, but we're also supposed to be role models. We're supposed to be role models. People see us, they say, "Oh, you're supposed to be a Christian. How are you gonna do this? And you're not, and you're supposed to be a Christian." People say that. They might not say it in to you, but they say it in their head. Like, People are looking at the Christians. You know what I'm saying? They're looking at the Christians, and a lot of us are not living out the Christian life. I'm sorry. I had to say it. I just had to say it. A lot of us are not living out the Christian life. And although we're not supposed to be living, like our goal is not to live up to other people's expectations, we're still supposed to be role models, bro. You're supposed to try to be seen good. And I'm pretty sure there's a scripture that talks about this, but you're supposed to try to be perceived well. You know, you want to be perceived well. And sometimes it's hard, you know. Some people don't want to be, they just don't want to perceive you well. And that's another topic. But you're supposed to want to be perceived well. So if you're out there, okay. Let's get into it. If you're out there being toxic, if you're out there being scandalous, if you're out there being jealous or any of the things that the Bible lists, being full of anger all the time, if you're out there being bitter or anything like that, you gotta fix it. If you're out there being prideful, you gotta fix it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fix it. And it's not just fixing it for yourself, because that'll definitely help you, but you're also fixing it for other people. You know, it's if you have a false witness, what happens when people perceive you bad is it gives you a false witness. People are not going to believe the words that come out of your mouth if they perceived you in a bad manner, in a bad way. So we ought to try to be perceived well. And to be perceived well, we got to work on ourselves. And to work on ourselves, well, we got to dwell with God more. And be changed and be impacted by God's love, God's grace, you know? So, yeah. That's about all I had to say about that topic. Just as a little overarching, as a little over thing, be intentional about how you're being perceived, because that is part of your purpose. Being perceived well is part of your purpose, because if you're not being perceived well, you can't lead people to Christ. You can't impact people. You can't really edify them, because they're not going to believe you. They're not going to believe that God truly dwells in you, because you're not living how they feel Christians should live. Anyways, thank you for tuning into this episode. Once again, check out the new song. Excuse me. Check out the new song. It's going to be in the link somewhere. Excuse me. Wow. At the end of the episode, I just start falling. My mouth just starts falling apart. But anyways, check out the new song. It's a beautiful song. And I love you all. Oh, also, please share this with your people. I don't know if I said that already, but please share. It is the best way for the podcast to grow. And yeah, I love you all. Have a beautiful day. I will see you on Christmas Day. It's going to be a very special Christmas episode, so stay tuned. All right. I love you all. Have a beautiful day. Go cop the merch. Go listen to the song. Go share it. Go share it all. And even buy it for your friends and all of that mess. Love you. See you next week. Peace out.